Hi, hello, welcome. Risk Legacy is a game, and I'm playing it with the board game crew -1. Today we've got NG Rhapsody and Orbital Potato here. Stejo is sitting out because I wiped his filthy backstabbing ass off the board. And it is currently Rhapsody's turn. The whole world has turned against me. I don't know why. I just destroyed a traitor.
You did.
The whole world is turning against me. And it's
You know, Lolash,
kind of depressing.
that's another thing, right, Lolash? Like, you deserve to kill Stejo. Like, he backstabbed you so many times and won the game off the back of abusing your trust that I feel that in the ultimate game, you did deserve that win over
I secured
Stejo.
myself a moral victory. And
You did.
Really, I don't care about winning this game. I just cared about wiping out. I positioned the entire, like, overextending like I did. Yeah, sure, I got Stejo's resource cards. That's nice. Whatever. But it was not. My intention was never to leave Stejo on the board. My intention was always to wipe him off for all of those times where I was stabbed in the back. So yeah, I've achieved what I want to achieve. This is why these long-winded conversations about how do we stop Lolash from winning. I mean, first of all, it's going to be difficult, and second of all, it doesn't really matter. Like, oh no, I win a game that doesn't matter. Anyway,
well, I mean, but you know, we can go down that path all the way to nihilism. Like, does it matter that we're alive? Like, what is the point of any of this?
What's the point?
Exactly. So I imbue each and everything with its own meaning. For example, I am going to judge myself in the morning based on whether or not I stop you from ruling this fucking world. One of the only ways I think I can do that.
Rhapsody.
I think. Okay, hang on. We're in the world of hypothetical. In the world of hypothetical, no one is allowed to be offended when I mention a plan that I consider. Okay? And we'll debate the merit of it. I think one of the only ways that I can stop Lolash from winning in his turn by putting 17 troops on the board from his 7 coin cards that he will still have, as well as however many he gets from his territory and population, putting them in India and then pushing through to Central Africa for the win after taking a star chip for the resource cards that he trades in. I think the only way I can do that is pushing North Africa, East Africa, and holding the Middle East like a motherfucker.
I 100% agree.
No.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest. I think that's
no.
definitely the correct play.
Orbital can do that. Look at this situation. No, right. Orbital, no, please, wait. We're doing hypotheticals. Wait until I say what I'm going to say. We waited for him to see what he said, and I'm going to give you the alternative. You could attack from, let's say, Western Europe. You could go into Southern Europe, get your continent bonus, which you've been wanting this whole time, then go into Middle East. You've then got the block points of Middle East and Russia. You're blocking both these points with extra men. Think of it this way. Wait, why?
I lose half my troops to go into Southern Europe. I lose half the men. I have nothing. Okay, so let's assume that I use my maximum. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's assume that rolls go fantastically. I move in there with 6. I move out of there with 5. Can't hold the Middle East again with 5 troops against 20 something or whatever Lolash is doing. So that's a no-go.
Afterwards, he can bring in a maximum of.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's irrelevant. It's
The thing with this way, you said that the men he can get to be able to win next to is 17 men. Okay, at the moment, that his quickest way to do that would be to go like, India, then go Middle East, blah, 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 blah. So if he went India, that's 1 man Middle East, then there's 6 men in East Africa, so that's 7. Then on my capital, there's another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's more men than he's going to have anyway, or about the same. So if one of you can just block a little bit, you don't need to go in this whole like escapade.
I still think Middle East's the play. 100% Rhapsody,
So
by the way.
let's introduce some more information to this specifically. So if Orbital does like the absolute least that he can do to offend the walls, specifically I'm talking North America, and take Greenland, that will reduce. Obviously, that'll remove the wall, the 5 troops that Lolash is going to get at the start of his turn, but he also already only has territory and population of 21. So taking Greenland removes him to 20. He will get 6 troops at the start of his turn, plus our assumed 17. So that's 23 from India, the best place he can attack from. Afghanistan, same thing, right? Not culturally or geographically, but mechanically in the
historically.
game.
Just to be.
Wow, I wasn't even. So 23. Let's assume he's pushing in with 23. He's pushing in with 23. He needs to take 3 different territories, so he'll be leaving 2 troops behind. So there has to be a force of 21 that survives and pushes.
Although, actually, Rhapsody, you need to consider the fact that Lolash might just stick. He might just break the honor barrier. I mean, I know.
There is no such thing as the honor barrier being destroyed. This is not a thing that I'm willing to even engage with as a mental idea.
Okay,
it's
all right.
not okay.
Don't say that.
All right,
Rhapsody,
all right,
don't
all right.
say that. It's a winning move. You said before in the past that you would break a thing you've said to win the game.
I don't think Lolash would do that.
He might do it.
I don't think Lolash would do that, but it's just it's worth entertaining the thought. I feel just worth entertaining.
Rhapsody, if I may weigh in here in the world of hypotheticals, say all 3 of you coordinate to wipe me off the face of the earth, which is what you're effectively going to be trying to do, right? I've already lost my Asian and Australian continent bonuses. Orbital's going to take Greenland, and I'm going to use the North American continent bonus. Even if I turn in all my troops, I'm going to be on the defensive, right? Regardless of the situation, I'm probably going to be on the defensive. So what you need to think about is not so much how do we stop Lolash, because that's already been achieved by NG and Orbital, removing all of my continent bonuses and making me much weaker. Hey, we're in the world of hypothetical. I'm talking here. What you need to think about, Rhapsody, is when I'm on the defensive.
Actually.
When I'm on the, this is all hypothetical.
No, you said we've stopped you from winning. We haven't yet, so it's not hypothetical.
Hypothetically, you've stopped me from winning because it's going to be very difficult for me to secure that star chip. Anyway,
then you've not been stopped from winning then.
The point here is, Rhapsody, that assuming that I've been stopped, who's going to be in the best position moving forward from here? Because it's all well and good, throwing troops away to try and re-secure NG's border, or just sitting still and honoring your truce with NG and so on and so forth. You've got to worry about how are you going to win the game? And sitting in South America and continuing to sit there isn't going to win you shit, because right now you've got Orbital and NG who are going to be fighting over 4 of the world's continents and on a barrier with me that you're not willing to break. So
Lolash, have you ever seen the prawn shrimp?
I have seen the prawn shrimp, yes.
Yes, no, it's a very interesting creature. It has a mandible that it can extend at incredibly high speeds. The friction as a result of the extension of this mandible is the friction as a result of the extension of this mandible against the water is enough to turn it into steam. What I am saying is South America rather is the prawn shrimp. It's got all this energy inside it that will suddenly expand.
What is a mandible?
Atom about to be jaw.
Okay.
Thank you. I am the atom about to be split.
Okay, don't hype yourself up too much. Fucking hell, modest.
If anything more. The point that I think is actually worth making is Lolash is taking that on a hypothetical that has already been stopped. Fair, but I don't think that's a hypothetical that we are. I don't think that aligns with the real world. I think that NG has brought up a good point, which is that the Middle East can be held by Orbital, considering the fact that maximum 23 troops, 21 means to survive, pushing in through Russia, and then moving in, as many as you want from northeast or northern or western Europe, holds that, because he has to then push through East Africa and then into the force in Lashville.
I need to hold Europe. I need to hold Russia, because otherwise he gets Iceland and Great Britain. I need to hold that. So I can't move the Russian troops down.
So we'd have to then calculate whether he could do that possibly, which is a possibility, yeah.
Orbital, I just have to point out something, is if you block me from attacking NG, I have an honor barrier with Rhapsody that will not be broken. You'll effectively be bottlenecking me into only being able to fight you.
I can't hold it off in the Middle East anyway. Like it's not possible. So, you just overrun me.
By saying that, you'd basically be saying is that, okay, Orbital, don't stop me, because otherwise you'll be fighting me.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying that No, what I'm saying is that Rhapsody is the best person to hold the Middle East, just like we discussed
Also,
like
I'm not
2
even
minutes
talking
ago.
about what you said. I'm not even talking about what you're talking about. I was just responding
Anyway,
to what Lawless said.
Rhapsody.
Yeah. Anyways, Rhapsody's gone.
15 minutes or
Right.
whatever into the episode. Let's actually have a
I know.
turn, shall we?
It's only 10 minutes into the episode. We can stall for another 5 before we have a turn. This is how it typically goes, right? So,
And you did say you would not attack North Africa. 3 turns.
we're in the land of hypotheticals. We're having a conversation about what needs to happen in the Middle East. Then we'll talk
I'm
about the
just
realities
saying,
of the
I would
situation
say
and whether or not a truce
hypothetically
is being
he
broken.
could take Venezuela. You should probably maneuver your men into Venezuela.
That's not happened. That honor barrier is not being broken. They're fucking far too
It didn't
stubborn.
say-
They're
I
fucking
didn't
far too
say break
stubborn to
it.
break it.
There's a thing
just
you
not.
learn. There is a thing you learn in all Australian schools, rather, clues. You have a class about mateship.
What,
The
really?
good old Australian value of mateship.
Do you actually?
This shit is not broken.
Do you actually
Australian
have
I
value
just
was
wanna
a class
realize
that was taught in our high school, and mateship was actually a significant part of it.
This means you, Rhapsody, you do realize if you attack me, you've basically broken every truce you've ever had with me so far. I'm always the one you break it with, but no one
Why
else.
wear a raincoat when you're already wet?
Oh god.
Okay,
Because you
so
don't get more wet.
That's a really good point actually.
Orbital, I think you're thinking about this poorly in saying that you can't stop him in the Middle East. If you have troops in the Middle East, he can't push through you, East Africa, and Central Africa. He cannot do it. So he won't. There is no point for you to say, oh, I can't stop it in the Middle East, so I won't do it. Because you being there alongside East Africa and Central Africa preventing the win will stop it from even starting to occur. Yes, you do need extra troops so you can go up to Greenland and then you can hold that, or so you can hold Iceland. But you're gonna have to do some stuff in Middle East.
Okay, all right, okay. Let me just walk you through what exactly. Okay, in the best case scenario, I did. Okay, so best case scenario, I attack with whichever of these 2 territories has the least troops into Southern Europe. I lose half of them. I'm down to 6. I move into the Middle East. I get 5 troops into the Middle East, let's say, and then I reinforce from the other territory into the Middle East.
Half troops. You just put like this. How many men did you put in? 6 or 4 in.
If I do that, I end up with less troops in the Middle East. I could just move in with 3 troops, but then I move. Then I end up with less. I can't, because if I have a weak Russia, if I attack, listen, hear me out. This is why I'm talking this through. Fuck off, all right? Just let me talk. Southern Europe into Europe, and then, okay, so hypothetically I end up with 13 troops in the Middle East, right? Because I need to keep Russia, because Scandinavia is unprotected, and then Iceland and Great Britain are just, a step away. And if that is the case, then Lolash is easily within the possibility of explore the worlds. Obviously, I'll try and crush Greenland with my new troops that I get. That's probably gonna happen, so that sets him back a little bit. But at the same time, there's nothing to stop Lolash from just sticking like a bunch of troops in like fucking Ontario or something and just going marching into Northern Europe and taking all of these islands back as well. So what I'm saying is that Lolash doesn't even need the Mutant HQ to win if I play my hand wrong and end up exposing a bunch of really weak islands so that he gets explore the world. Because I mean, look at Australia. Australia's like completely independent.
Okay. You're right, but for the wrong reasons.
I want to Absolutely. Let me wait. Let me just put the other alternative for him as well. Orbital, here's your other suggestion. You could attack from Russia down to Middle East. I know you're going to disagree. Just wait for me to finish. Attack from Russia to Middle East. That way, then you can hold Middle East. That's done. And then what you do is you put your 3 men down onto Iceland. You attack 6 men into Greenland. 4 men, whatever. Yeah, you attack in the Greenland. Make sure he loses that continent bonus.
Yeah.
And also that island as well.
Yeah.
Then you attack from Northern Europe into Southern Europe. Just move the least amount of men you need to move in to take it.
Okay.
And then you maneuver some men from like the ones that remain in Northern Europe. Maneuver them into Iceland or Great Britain just to keep the island. Because if he has to attack, if he puts all his men down, has to attack Greenland, Iceland, and attack your big army in Great Britain, and you're going to get a mercenary there, remember, as well. That's going to lose him a lot of men. Then he has to move all the way down Australia with that same bunch of men and get those other islands. That's going to be really difficult.
You're not wrong, but that still leaves Scandinavia and Russia on like 1 troop. That's just like...
Why? So your other suggestion is we could either possibly lose the game.
I mean,
Rhapsody, what are you doing with your turn?
yeah, what are you doing with your turn, Rhapsody?
We can talk hypotheticals,
But it's Rhapsody's turn, yeah.
Well, we can because okay, so you can say we're talking hypotheticals, but we are talking hypotheticals. I did set that out specifically, but the point of them is we then go, okay, which of these works in the real world, and then we just enact it. All of the ones that we've thought about so far are flawed in one way or another. For example, Orbital's explanation prior is flawed because it wouldn't be that. It would just be he pops down 17 troops in Greenland, takes Great Britain, and wins the game.
Yeah. Well,
Starship,
no.
HQ, resource cards for a starship, and
my HQ is not worth anything. That's not an issue because I've got bomb specialist.
So yeah, you
need to remember that.
He can't. Okay, never mind. He can't get the 7 territories just as long as, I mean, anyone holds any.
Anyway, what are you doing with your turn? It's up to you, Rhapsody.
Gonna take him at least 4 if you want to push through there. So that would be 4 to get 3. He'd have 4 islands. Look, it's worth thinking about before I take all of these troops and then put them there and end my turn. It's worth thinking about, is all I'm saying.
I bet you're loving this, Lolash. I bet you're fucking loving this, because you've probably got some sneaky-ass plan that's gonna end up fucking us all over, and it's gonna be glorious. Yeah, something that we haven't thought about yet. Anyways, my turn.
You're making some pretty wild assumptions. That's all I'm gonna say. It's your turn.
Remember, Rhapsody, you lose a man from Venezuela, add it to Peru.
Yeah.
You're right. You're not wrong, and that's a thing.
That is a thing.
Hope it's a thing.
So eloquent. Okay.
Orbital, it's down to you.
Fuck off. Let's.
No pressure.
Why
are you saying fuck off to me?
If I end up losing this game, it's because I've been fucked out of Southern Europe for literally the past like 16 turns. So, like that is severely weakening.
I don't know
me.
why you're breaking a truce with me.
What?
I still don't know why you're willing to break a truce with me by attacking into North America.
I mean, Lolash, like
when we've been firm friends
Lolash.
for the entire game.
I know. Look, I know, dude. I fucking know. I love you, dude. I love you, man. Team LolSpud all the way. But like,
then make an attack. Come on.
One territory of Greenland is like, I mean, one attack for like 5 troops. I mean, that's good value, right? You know, if you know, that's good value.
Lolash, he's an alien. The aliens, they don't understand human, like, you know, negotiations.
Oh, he does. Are you ready?
What? That was wrong.
I want to actually roll the dice.
Yeah, that was a bad thing.
Now that you've already committed to the attack, let me just say, Orbital, do you remember what happened to the last person that crossed Lolash? They're not with us anymore. Yeah. Steejo died.
I've got a missile that's gonna do something.
I mean,
I'm sure.
He's not dead. He's just out the game. Let's just point.
No, he died. He is dead in real life.
And then I'm gonna attack into.
I hope he doesn't die by the time this comes out. Otherwise, it's being super awkward.
Southern Europe.
Okay. 6 and 5. That's good.
That's really good. It's good enough. Perfect.
There you go. 4-1. You took it. So how many men? You lose half your men when you move in, and you lose 1 obviously at the end of your turn. So make sure you put in 4 men.
Let me think about this.
You have to put no. Don't put that many men in. Just put 4 men in.
I suppose yeah, you're right. Maybe.
Just lose all half of that army.
So I move in 4.
And
take
then you
out
lose
2.
2. And then at the end of the turn you lose 1. So there you go.
And the end of the turn I lose 1. You're right.
Move 1 troop.
Scrub.
You don't have to lose that many men. You just can lose.
No, I need to reinforce. I need to reinforce now.
It's only bad if you have to move through it, like to get somewhere else. That's when it goes.
Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Okay, what can I even do? Like oh god, this is just.
Middle East.
I'm not. I can't. I literally. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm 100% not doing that.
So
I'm gonna move.
So can we? Okay, well, I hope your missile will come in handy.
I'm gonna move some troops up there. Fucking guerrilla warfare all the way, man. It's the way forward, isn't it? Like it fucks everything up. It's so destructive. All right.
Please attack Middle East. Man, like not even all of them, just a half of them.
We must retaliate. You fucking locked it, you fucking scumbag. How did you do this?
Did you just reinforce in my continent?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
You gotta take a territory card as well, remember.
Oh god, lordy. This is exciting.
An event, maybe.
I don't have anything. No, wow. I'll just take a coin card. That's depressing as fuck.
Middle East was right there.
Let's move him along.
Whoops, my bad.
And this next turn could be the last turn. It's Lolash's turn.
It's an event card.
And it's an event. Could this change all the plans?
Largest population. Who's that? That might be NG, actually.
Guaranteed NG. He owns Australia.
Probably NG.
No matter have the largest population.
Free troops that can be placed into one or more city territories. He controls.
Or choose a new mission.
Choose a new mission. Ooh.
You choosing a new mission?
Or I could just put free into Middle East. Free troops in the Middle East. That's it. Yeah. Or do I have the most territory? Let's just check. 1, 2.
You do. You do.
It's not
you have Australia. You have
Australia,
right? You have Australia and fucking you definitely do.
Oh, should I put free men into Middle East, or should I change the mission?
Yes.
Because what the mission's worse? What if it's a worse mission?
Well,
but what if it's a better mission?
You pick.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you get to choose a mission. Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Hey, NG, you could actually get a mission. Oh no, it's not. That's events. That's events that give the mutants superpowers. I forgot about that. That's a shame.
And they only do it if no human faction has a.
No, there's other events which give the mutants superpowers, like the little slots down the side, but that has literally not happened at all because we've just been super unlucky with the events that we've drawn. The events that we've drawn have been utterly terrible.
Yep.
So there you go. Anyway, NG, choose a new mission, and then we shall end the episode and see what happens. Oh, I lose a troop at the end of my turn.
I might want free troops.
And here. If you like,
I feel like that would secure it.
If you do that, the loss is on you. Okay.
Because that would mean he can't get. But then he can't get any capital. He would have to get the islands to win, and I don't think he'd be able to get that.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know. I guess
I figured out the lock hotkey, boy.
Okay. I'm gonna put to Rhapsody and Orbital. Should I take the free troops or should I take the mission? What do you think?
Mission.
Mission from Orbital, Rhapsody.
I think that either is a valid decision, to be entirely honest with you.
Because
that's the point for each then. Okay.
So you need to make the decider. It's like mission then. Okay, great.
So I want to know because like Rhapsody chose both, so he gets a point to each, and you choose mission. I mean, mission has 2 points, men has 1 point. So mission.
Great.
So I get to choose the actual mission.
Yeah, you get to choose from the mission deck exactly.
Right click search. All right, Lolash, let me ask you. So now that the mission's been replaced, did you have a plan in mind with to win the mission, to win the game?
You're all making the assumption that I'm going to try and win this turn.
Look,
I'm already overextended. Why would I try and win this turn? All you've all done is piss me off, and I still own the most territory on the map, and I'm about to get 36 something troops to reinforce with.
I thought you
yourselves all exposed to each other.
I thought you were about to say I'm about to go Super Saiyan, and then I was really worried for a second, but thankfully you reined it back in.
I'm going to deny you your continent bonus. I'm going to deny NG his continent bonuses, and then I'm going to defend my borders.
Typical Australian.
There, I thought there was some dishonor occurring.
No, I'm not denying you your continent bonus.
What's this? The flagship IP from Arcane Studios published under Bethesda?
No, it's not. But you've made no aggressive moves against me at all. But both of the other guys have like completely fucked me. So yeah.
Yeah, well.
It'll be fun. So NG mission.
God, these are so bad. Most of them help him more than.
Oh God. conquer 9+ territories that turn. Wow. He would instantly be able to do that. He would still collect the red star when completing any of those private missions.
They're all pretty bad.
Control all bunker and mercenary territories is probably
that sounds like the only one.
That's that's not possible because fucking Peru.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Well, it would be possible if I was willing to break the honor barrier, hypothetically, but I'm not, so it doesn't matter.
Continent bonus of +7.
You're overthinking it anyway, NG.
Just fucking pick something.
At the end of the day, any of the 1-star missions will do the job.
Yeah.
The only reason that the 2-star mission is threatening is because it's 2 stars.
I know, but also the one thing would, if you got it, it would just add to how much you have. That means you just need one more still in the future, or someone else might. So
pick something.
It does make it.
Pick something.
Okay, I'm gonna choose the one for the. Where was it? The bunker and mercenary territories. I'm gonna choose that one.
Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
So, what do I do? Oh, there we go. Got it.
Just put it in. All right, NG, do you want to take us out? We'll move on to the next episode.
No, this is you, Lalash.
I didn't start this one.
This is you.
Oh, no, it is me. You moved the coin already. Well, thanks very much for watching, guys. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to put up this content for you, as always. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Hope we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.